Hey guys, Matthew here. Um, so last week I did a statement on a story that that I've been working on, and anyway, regardless, I'm not gonna get into that tonight. I did that last week, so I want to get back to the regular videos that that you guys know um, for this channel, and that is um, fountain pens and that kind of stuff. So um, earlier tonight, I was just kind of looking around, and I thought over the last several months, I have used a number of different pens, and the number of pens that I've got inked up right now um, far exceeds the number of or the amount of writing that has taken place. And then I got thinking, well, I'm using them. I'm using my pens more than I did prior or in the last 6 years. And and the realization is that I have literally used almost every pen that I have inked up right now. Every pen has been involved in some sort of a writing project, whether it's just writing down random thoughts or whether it's working on a story. So for me personally, um, it it doesn't matter what kind of pen, really. It could be a fine nib, a medium nib, a broad nib, a 1.1 stub nib. Um, it really runs the gauntlet for me. But the pen I've been using um, since the day I got it, and I've been using it for a couple weeks now, and it is the TWSBI Eco. Um, and this one has a like this thing is just a beast of a writer, and this is just the first fill, and I have literally used it on 2 stories, and you know, I've got a number of TWSBI Ecos, but I have never used a TWSBI Eco as much as I have used this one. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, why did you get this particular one just to use it on the story? Why didn't you use the other TWSBI Ecos that you have? The other TWSBI Ecos that I have are in medium. So when I was looking for a pen to work on the latest project, you know, I could have gone with these, or I could have gone with any number of these pens, which, by the way, all these have all got to get cleaned out at some point. So I gave it some thought, and at the end of October, I I thought, well, instead of going to the Netherlands to order a pen, or going to the United States to order a pen, I decided to stay within Canada, and I went to Wander Pens, and I ordered 2 TWSBI Ecos, and this is one of them. I've got another one that is in Irish green, and this one I forget what this one is. I know it's got the Onyx black clip, but I forget the name of this one. So, and here's the thing. I love writing with this pen, and it's true. You know, you don't necessarily have to go and buy a new pen for every project. I get that. But for me, it's like every project or every writing project that I get into kind of requires a dedicated pen. Like, I never switch up a pen in the middle of a project. So for the last story, you know, I used the Asvine J16 with a medium nib. And for this one, I'm using a TWSBI Eco, and who knows what I'll use for the next story or the next project. You know, I've got the Waterman Karen inked up. I've got the Magna Carta inked up as well. So, and there are 6 other pens that are literally inked up, just raring to go. And just looking at the number of pens, like right now with this one, there's 9 pens inked up, and that's, you know, it literally is an insane amount of pens to have inked up for any one reason. And usually I keep to a strict 6 pens, use those 6 pens. When those 6 run out, they get cleaned and put away, or they get put back into storage, and then I will pick another 6 and go from there. But for whatever reason, I've got 9 pens inked up, and I thought, well, at least I got a variety. Like, you know, I don't have to go hunting for the next pen. Like, I can just literally go to that 6 pen case and say, well, maybe today for this project, I'm gonna use the Magna Carta, or I'm gonna use the Waterman Karen, or what have you. For every project, the pen that I use is largely there for reworking the story at some point in some way, whether it's doing corrections or working out what the ending's going to be, or if I have to rewrite the beginning of the story itself. And the TWSBI Eco for the latest project has really only been used for working over the lines in the early printout of the story that I'm currently working on. Never mind that. So, all that aside, what do I think of this pen in particular? What do I think of the TWSBI Eco? I gotta tell you, I like this pen. Would I use the same ink that I have in this pen right now? No, I would not use a shimmer ink in this pen. I've had times where where I've had hard starts with this particular ink, but that's not to say that it hasn't done its job, and that is really what this pen has done. And even though the piston in this pen is a little bit tight, but once this project is done, and I am pretty close to wrapping this one up, probably within the next couple hours, I will have this project wrapped up and ready to go. It will be in the out tray, probably by morning. So using fountain pens in my writing, getting them involved in my writing on a day-to-day basis, whether, you know, like I said at the beginning of the video, whether it's writing down my thoughts, whether it's coming up with the next story idea, which I already know what the next story idea is, because like in the last video, and I showed you the reading material for that next story, and I don't know what the next pen will be for that story, but using a fountain pen to in my writing process has largely been probably one of the best things I have done in the last year and a half, implementing the use of fountain pens in my writing has been one of the biggest changes that I have made to my writing process. And for me, a fountain pen is just a tool that aids in the writing process. So there you go. That's all I got. Keep that pen on the paper and happy writing.